The cost of toxic leadership, understanding the impact on morale and the bottom line. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Proverbs 29 verse 18. Written by ChatGPT and Jedi Steve. Between 5 and 10 years ago, I was invited by a CEO, let's call him Big Guy, to help address the toxic culture of his organization, primarily perpetuated by him. Despite achieving massive success, many within the company were not as concerned as they should have been about the negative influence of Big Guy. It was ironic. He was smart enough to bring in someone like me, but not self-aware enough to step aside and let change happen. Big Guy created a toxic environment, characterized by a lack of structure, and then he was upset when people failed to follow through as expected. I believe there are no accidents in life. Everything unfolds for a reason. We all have blind spots, and the more we fail to acknowledge them, the more it seems like problems arise out of nowhere. Big Guy's blind spots seeped into his organization. Despite his intelligence, he was too defensive to see how his behavior affected his team. This is a common scenario for CEOs and leaders who operate primarily out of their intellect. They often create problems to solve, which can be counterproductive. His intense energy created blind spots, not just for himself, but for me as well. I recognized that if I stayed too close to his company, I wouldn't be able to operate anywhere near my potential. Integrity was lacking. He showed little commitment to following through on agreements or compensating me for my services. Fast forward 5 years, and his company was out of business. In a chance meeting, he acknowledged that his failure to implement my recommendations contributed to that downfall. In Big Guy's defense, many CEOs and company cultures fall into this trap, overly focused on the bottom line. They often hire external consultants and lawyers who perpetuate the same misguided beliefs so they can get paid. My business partner and I had to navigate our own financial challenges, as many corporations lack the understanding to itemize our organic style of consulting. This brings us to an important question. Can a corporation with a toxic and borderline violent culture affect morale and ultimately the bottom line? To challenge the premise that a toxic CEO adversely affects morale and the bottom line, let's employ a steel man argument and embrace cognitive flexibility. 1. Alternative leadership styles. Not all organizations require a nurturing or supportive CEO to succeed. Some industries might thrive under aggressive leadership, prioritizing results over morale. In high-stakes environments, a strong, assertive approach may drive performance and push employees to excel, potentially creating a culture of resilience. 2. Short-term gains versus long-term impact. A toxic CEO may achieve short-term financial success through aggressive decision-making. This can create immediate gains that distract from longer-term issues. Employees may initially align with a strong leader, believing that the ends justify the means. However, the consequences of such leadership often reveal themselves over time, leading to diminished morale and productivity, ultimately harming the bottom line. 3. Employee resilience and adaptation. Some employees develop resilience and adapt to a toxic leadership style, allowing them to compartmentalize their work and personal lives. This adaptability can mask the negative effects of a toxic CEO, creating an illusion of stability and success. 4. Market dynamics. In certain cases, market conditions may buffer the impact of a toxic CEO. If a company operates in a niche market with limited competition, employees may tolerate a toxic environment due to job security and lack of alternatives. This can result in a focus on performance metrics that overshadow employee satisfaction, allowing the company to meet financial goals despite poor morale. 5. Cognitive dissonance. Employees may experience cognitive dissonance, reconciling the toxicity of their CEO with their professional aspirations. This mental balancing act can lead to a temporary state of acceptance, reducing the perceived impact on morale. Employees may justify their presence in a toxic environment if they believe it enhances their skills or offers valuable experiences, decoupling their emotional well-being from their professional roles. As we explore these dynamics, consider these questions. What blind spots do you encounter in your leadership style? How can you create an environment that encourages open dialogue and collaboration? In what ways can you prioritize both performance and employee well-being? In conclusion, while a toxic CEO can undoubtedly harm morale and the bottom line, there are scenarios where their leadership style may yield short-term benefits, encourage resilience among employees, or be influenced by market conditions. By embracing cognitive flexibility, we can navigate the complexities of leadership dynamics and challenge the notion that toxicity will invariably lead to negative outcomes. Jedi mode activated.
What do you guys think?